Hello and welcome to In This Week's Oban Times with me, Kathy Griffiths.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Alice Butcher.
And introducing Stevie Day, our IT whiz guy. Morning, Stevie.
Hello, Kathy.
You sound delightful today, Stevie.
I sound delightful every day, Kathy.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Now, we've had a great week here at the Oban Times. Lots of fantastic stories to get our teeth into. And I managed to catch up with James Scott from Oban. He was the guy who survived COVID-19. Sadly, his mum, Jessie, didn't. Now, Jessie was much loved at Hope and elsewhere where she did lots of volunteering in the town. James is doing well. He's missing his mum terribly, as you can imagine, but his recovery is going in the right direction. And he really wants to say thank you to the folks at Oban Hospital who helped him and looked after his mum. So he's launched a £15,000 Just Giving appeal to try and raise money for a machine that will help set up like an infection control room so they can look after people who are really poorly in there with infections, but it pumps clean air in and then takes the air out and filters it before it goes back out. So it just means that everyone else is kept safe outside. So that was good to catch up with him. And he was at Glen Cruton Golf Course on Friday and he got the honour of being the first to tee off on the golf course with our very own Bob McIntyre. So it was lovely to hear he's doing so well. So so that was a good start to my story list. What about you, Fiona?
Well, I feel like I should explain myself this week because my name will be a little bit absent in the paper. I haven't done that much for the Oban Times, and not just because I've been being lazy. I've been doing a lot of work for the Lochaber Times at the moment, so that's why I haven't been around as much. But I have done a couple of stories for Oban, and one of them was a really nice story relating to Coll. The island shop there has been playing a pivotal role in getting food and essentials to the 180 residents that are unable to travel due to the COVID restrictions there. So that was really nice, and just another one of these wonderful stories about the community all pulling together, which is happening so much around our area. It's amazing. There's some great community work going on. So that's been a great one. Alice?
Well, I took the opportunity with the lockdown restrictions being slightly eased to head out to Ganavan Sands at the weekends. And it was, do you know what, it was really nice to see so many families and children and grandparents and mums and dads kind of reuniting with friends and family. It was I don't need to tell you, it was a gorgeous day. And I met up with quite a few different people, keeping my social distance. We got some lovely photographs for the paper, and there was just this palpable sense of relief, really, that the lockdown had started to be eased up a bit. But sadly, as always, whenever you get a big influx of people, there's always a minority that manage to kind of leave something behind for others to pick up. So I've kind of been having a look at that issue this week as well. And the message really is, this is a beautiful corner of the world. Please take your rubbish home. If you're going to go to and visit these fantastic beauty spots, it would really help if you can pick up after yourself. So that's been one of my stories that I've done this week.
Was everybody behaving themselves, Alice? Was it social distancing? Because we're seeing all these pictures on the TV at the moment down England, you know, the big beaches at Brighton and whatnot, absolutely jam-packed.
Well, I think up here at Ganavan, certainly, they were setting the standard because there wasn't sort of thousands of people. Everybody was respecting social distancing. The atmosphere was really nice and really kind of friendly. It was an opportunity for people to meet up, get together again, have a natter and a catch up, and it was a fantastic day.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I was down at Tralee and it was the same. There was little groups of people scattered around, but you know, everybody was still adhering to the rules and having a lovely time. So that was good.
We have to do it because if we all stick to the rules, hopefully things will just keep getting better. The last thing we want to do is to be shut behind closed doors again, isn't it? So come on, folks, let's just all do the right thing, stay safe and look after each other. So talking about looking after, I had a story from Mull this week about 3 tawny owls, or owlets, little baby owls, who went on an epic adventure. Now, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but we've got some really, really cute photos and a tale about how these 3 little tawny owls somehow managed to make a 10-mile journey, treacherous journey, managed to survive, and then were sort of taken back almost home. And 2 of them, we think one of them went walkabout, because apparently that's what they do, these owlets, they do go walkabout.
Do you call them owlets?
Owlets. I know. I don't know if that's the right name, but anyway, the experts, they were calling them owlets, so I quite like that. So.
I used to call them hoolets.
Hoolets.
Hoolets. Hoolets. I don't know where I've got that from. Yeah.
Unless that's what they said to me, and I thought they said owlets. Anyway, there we go. They're now officially known as owlets. So look, this is a lovely, lovely story. So you need to sort of either go online or buy a copy of the OT, read it, and enjoy those pictures, because they're gorgeous. And hopefully 2 of them will soon be able to be set free and back into the wild again. So, but they're in very good hands at the moment. So that was a great story.
It wouldn't be a normal week for me if I wasn't down on the sports pages. So we've been doing, and it's slowly starting to, there's more and more coming in now that activities getting a wee bit more leeway. I've features on rugby who aren't actually starting up again, but they've been planning away in the background. Their AGM this month has been cancelled, but they're still looking at, the new season ahead. They're getting their team in place. They've got a new captain and vice captain. So if you read this week's Oban Times, you can see who that is. And the team is also another, good community story of community spirit. They've been out and about, delivering essential shopping and, just helping those that are isolating and shielding. So that's good. But as well as the rugby club, the golf started up again, as you heard earlier on with Kathy saying. So they've had quite a lot of people up at the golf course. And the shinty has been cancelled for the season, but they're now looking to put on localised competitions so that the players are still getting game times. That's quite optimistic as far as the sports are concerned for the next couple of months ahead. Hopefully we'll see something by the end of July. We'll start seeing a bit of competition again.
Let's hope so. So.
It's good to see these sports coming back, isn't it? Albeit in a modified form.
Yeah, and they've all been doing things while they haven't been playing. They've all been helping and, playing their part in the community. So it's been good all round, and I'm sure they'll all get through it.
Well, talking of community, one of the stories that I've done, which has really stayed with me, you do these stories occasionally as local reporters, and you become just really touched by what you've heard and what you've seen. I went out to the Etiv Care Home at Benderloch to speak to both the manager, Georgina Taylor, and a number of their staff. This is the front line in action. These care staff, they've got 67 staff and 41 residents, and they're aged between in the mid-80s all the way up to 100. And it's this feature that I've done that's in the Oban Times this week really sort of sets the scene, I hope, of just what this care home has managed to do, because it remains COVID-free. After all this time, they haven't had anyone with symptoms, and they've not had any cases. And while they would say that it's not down to anything that they've done, they do realise that they've played a part in that. But also it's about the attitude of the staff. And it's a real, again, I say it every week sometimes, it's a real heartwarming story, but it's astonishing what these care workers have done and how their job has changed in just a couple of months. And yet they're all doing it with a smile on the face. So make sure you check that one out.
And make sure you give everyone a smile, because if you smile, then the rest of the world will smile with you. Where did that come from? Just wanted to share. It just came to me.
Are you going to break into song, Kathy?
Smile, though your heart is breaking.
Moving on. I think we better. We're always happy. We're a happy bunch here at the Oban Times, as you can tell, but we're always happy to hear from you. Tell us your stories, share your pictures with us, and let us know about those birthdays for your young ones that we can give a mention to as well. You can contact us by giving us a call on 01631 568000. You can email us at editor@obantimes.co.uk, or you can message us on Facebook. So all of our stories are free online to read at the moment. You can pick up copies of your OT at your petrol stations, newsagents or supermarkets, and you can get a subscription for 3 months for just £4.80. So keep reading us, keep letting us know what's going on, and keep listening in. Okay, take care, folks. Bye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
Bye from me, Fiona Scott.
And goodbye from me, Alice Butcher.